hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having an excellent time, sharing good energy in good places with good people, doing good things. Good things, good things, good things. That's the energy. The collective energy. Good things, good things. Look, look. Was that card? Did that card say good in here too? Okay. I'm sure I'll find it if I need it. Whoa, whoa. I hope everybody's having an excellent time. There's so much going on here in our space. So much we're getting ready for. You both know you'll be true to one another. I'll go ahead and put that by these two. They're always so involved. Okay. Staying focused is going to be paramount right now. Oh, I had that download like literally just seconds ago because I was like, okay, I'm going to go do this and do that. And like, wait a minute. Just making sure that like what I needed to do today is still on the list because, you know, things change. Like you wake up and, you know, a child is sick and they're like, I don't feel well. So that kind of changes, you know, the cycle for the day, you know, whereas I wasn't making, you know, tea and checking fevers and things like that. So there's a lot of compassion that I feel like it's going to be overall. Let me look up the definition of compassion, because I want to make sure I'm fully understanding like the message. A feeling of concern and sympathy for another person's suffering along with a desire to help. It's a social feeling that can motivate people to help others in need. Yeah, I definitely felt that. I feel like that was the whole change because of, I mean, look at it. You know, go back and look at the storyline. Go back and look at, you know, what's taking place. Go back, you know, go back and go back and go back. What have people been being loyal to? You know, what have people been extending their compassion to? That's changing now. It's changing for a lot of people because they found themselves in situations where they weren't having compassion or they were having compassion for the wrong people. The initials L, E, and H could be significant. Maybe that's their best friend or someone that is their best friend. Oh, wow. If this is who I think it is coming out on my table again with her friend, you need to get a life. Yeah, you're embarrassing your ancestors. You're embarrassing yourselves like in the present. Like that's the part. That was something that I was thinking too. I was looking at something like, you know how all these celebrities pop up on your timeline and your feed and everything. And how can you consider some of these people celebrities? They are no different from Shaquana over in Nickerson Gardens. You just gave her money so that she can do worse. Like these are the things, like, or him, you know, and these are the people that people, you know, this world is not well, but anyway, your humility makes you attractive to only the right people. Your soul tribe is aligning. It's coming in with that loyalty, and there's a lot of progress being made. Not just today, but I feel like every day, like this week has been like bam, 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 like back to back progress, back to back things coming to you unexpectedly, but like in a good way. Like you know, you might go open up the bank account. Like if you like me, you know, you pay attention to your money. Now you go up in your bank account, you're like, wait a minute, $300 extra come from? You know what I mean? Maybe there's some grandmother energies, or maybe there's an energy. Someone's grandmother ancestor is embarrassed, or there's an ancestor who is a grandmother who is embarrassed. I don't know if it's by their children but whoever it is that they're embarrassed by is whomever's bringing conflict to someone else, whoever is trying to play mind games, whoever is in this hostile energy and is, you know, full of disagreements. But you blocked all of that. So healing enables you to block the spell work and the hexes. That's the trick, the healing. Of course, that's why they're upset. That was the energy I was getting. Like, they don't we don't care that they don't realize where they are. It's just the fact of the matter. Like, why are you still over here? Why are you still putting energy towards the collective? We don't need it, just to FYI, but we will use it for ourselves. We're not going to give you anything off of it. Like, that's the weird part. Looks like a lot of these people might even be on the run from everybody, everyone that's around them. So like trying to duck and dodge people, maybe staying, sitting, at home a lot, or, something like that. I get an energy. Somebody is having to pawn jewelry. That's the energy that I'm getting right now. There's somebody who is having to pawn jewelry, and that's the part that they're trying to hide too. Like, they're in secret. Like, maybe only their best friend knows about this. This person is having to go pawn jewelry. Because they've been implicated in some RICO crimes, so they know they're having to liquidate all of their stuff. So people are actually actively liquidating things because they know that these crimes, that they're in court. This ain't no ASAP Rocky mess where, you could tell it was just, somebody trying to still, get money from somebody, and it was just a jacked up situation. And I'm so glad that he was acquitted. And I am so grateful that he gets to spend this time readdressing his family life and his future, because now that all that is behind him. But anyway, a lot of these people are just walking into a huge mess. Yeah, a lot of these, maybe oh, okay. That's what's happening. Those community members are getting communicated to about their inclusion. So now, oh, wow. The little people, that's what they were calling them too. Like, they're just little people. They'll testify for us. They'll witness for us. They'll do this for us. They'll do that for us. Now those little people. That's the way they talk about these community members, though. Like, it's like, did you think that people were just sitting here talking about the collective? Or did you not know that they were capable of doing that to everybody? You're expendable. You're dependable. You're the expendable, dependable to them. They can count on you to be out whenever they need you to. That's how these people looked at these community members that got themselves caught up. What a wonderful world this would be, right? The thoughts they had of your demise have become their very lives. Like I said, because you walk your walk, and people always question that. But why? It's like, why can't you just find something else to do? Go be mindful about your own life, Find a wow moment in your own, existence. I feel like that's very hard for these people because they don't know who they are. They're broken. A lot of broken people, who feel some kind of way because someone hurt them, or, and that's why they continue to do things thinking they're hurting the collective. They're only hurting themselves. Like, whatever you do, whatever you think you're doing, whatever, doesn't hurt the collective. It makes the collective smarter. Right? Ultimately, only people that are being hurt are the people that the collective is leaving out. Yeah. You have everything you need to move on. Their game, everything they're doing is weak. Like, you see through everything. Everything. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, sees that you've been making good choices, I guess, with your money and how you spend your money. And you are well liked in your work field, even. The initial T may be significant. Ooh. Maybe somebody with the initial T feels like it's your fault, feel some kind of way. Maybe they feel some kind of way because you don't want to get used. Like, you're not going to get used. Like, oh, this is their fault because they won't get used. Like, okay, and? Like, it's not an option. It just isn't. If it's not, it's not. This is your spouse or ex-partner feeling some kind of way about you. Maybe in November, December. I'm going to tell you something about these ex-spouses. They need to get a life. I'm just keeping it 100. My ex-spouse really need to get a life. I literally sat there for like years on lying to this dude, telling him I was married and I had a husband and stuff because I don't want him to think about me. Like, I literally don't want the cat to even acknowledge my existence. So, yeah. Maybe that kind of energy coming from you gets people in this anxious, fearful energy. They have this overactive mind, nightmares and confused. Like, how are you confused? What's the confusion? There's no confusion. You're just a special person. That's just what it is. God don't make no mistakes. What happened next? God's plan. God's plan. I don't even know those lyrics. Whoever was being childish. Yeah, God don't make no mistakes. Just get ready for the confusion. in your life, you're going to be feeling like a kid. Like, you're going to be feeling stupid. Like, dang, how did I make that mistake? Dang, why is this happening to me? Dang. Because it's a lot of confusion spell work towards the readers, even to confuse the collective about anything so that they could repeat a cycle. Like telling people like, oh yeah, expect this person to come back around and this person's coming back into your energy. Again, let me explain something to you. Readers that speak about that like that to you and tell you all this stuff is coming back, that's because that's what they want. They are still pining for that person somewhere behind on the other end of their camera. They want that person to come back to them. That's why they keep preaching like, oh, this person is so in love with you. That's not what you're going to hear over here, because I ain't stupid. That person cannot love you. If they loved you, they would not, they can't love themselves. Anybody out here being, I don't know, but they don't love themselves. Weak people. Yeah, don't get used here. Ignore the shenanigans. If you haven't already started that, let that be your day to day. Like, do that 8 days a week. 8 days a week. Ignore this. I'm just saying. Maybe for somebody with the initial, maybe the initial T person, maybe there's something happening in 8 days for this person. The government is ready to offer plea deals to the first defendants involved. Ooh, like I told you, that's why stuff is switching here with these community members, because that inclusion part is taking place now. Those people are going to start receiving subpoenas to arrive in court. They're going to be getting contacted and voicemails left from attorneys. They're going to be getting notifications in the mail like, hey, you're responsible for this. This is your thing. You need to show up in court. Like, they're getting... And nothing that they do against you is going to work. Like, it hasn't yet. If their goal was to teach you a lesson and for you to learn things so that you could be stronger and more powerful, congratulations, you have mission accomplished in that aspect, right? Because these people sold their souls, and they sold other people's. That's the part that's tripping people up right now, is these community members weren't realizing how, like, oh no, they sacrificed you too, sweetheart. Like, you were in on it. Oh yeah, you were put before them. In any type of spell work or any type of hexing or any type of, they put you before them when it comes to how the backfire goes, so that they could have an opportunity to move out of the way and start a new group and a new cycle to take the karma for them. See, because you're pulling in karma from stuff that they've already done, right? You're looking at it from the perspective of, oh, this is because of what we were involved in. No, baby, this is a backfire of theirs that they had set you up with because they needed time to get away. They are very, very well versed at the cycle of abuse. They've even got it down packed with the respect to the groups. They know how to finagle things within the groups to tell people when they're leaving and stuff like that, and like make it seem like, oh, well, yeah, we couldn't work with this group of community people. Oh yeah, this group over here and this group over here didn't want to agree when it came to doing this, and this. They know how to put together some stuff to make sure that they can hop over to the next thing. All of that ignoring the collective's warnings for the last years or so, like, hey, they're going to do something to you. Hey, they're getting the community trapped. Hey, you should have been ignoring that. All these community members are... I can't help but laugh because it's so stupid that they got themselves into this type of trouble. Someone is going to get into an argument in front of business people and they will lose the deal. Yeah, they're going to be seen as abusive. They're going to be seen as weak and abusive, because a weak person is the one that's got to be screaming and yelling and, trying to, overthrow somebody. Ooh. Maybe when you find yourself singing songs and stuff around the house and stuff like that, and you feel like you're connecting with your ancestors, or, you're just in that mood and stuff, that's you and your person actually singing together. So if you feel like, a random song gets put into your mind and it's like this really beautiful love song and all you can do is think about this person, it's true. Oh, this is the funny part too, because I was going through a, suitcase in the garage just to see what was in it, if anything, right? And I found a few like beach towels, right? And I found some knee pads. Okay? So, for the lovers, very well done. Breaking out the knee pads. I love it. That's what you should be doing. That's what you've done all this work for, is to break out the knee pads. Okay? So have some meat up on that grill. That's also indicative of the fact that the chaos and confusion spells have been reversed, especially if you're able to see your person for who they are and not abuse the connection. They don't know what they were thinking, but they know that they shouldn't have thought that. Yeah. Wow. The government really is getting out there and getting with these people. In case you thought that this was like a mistake of a card, no, they're getting in touch with the next set of people, which are the community members, and they're lining them up. Yeah. And that's why a lot of these people are being set back saying, take a look at your life. You dumb donkey mofo. Always trying to be in this OPP energy. Other people's everything. Always trying to be in somebody else's something. OPP. Maybe they were hoping that like there would be an age difference that would hold up things, but that's improving because there's, so this is the thing. Oh, snap. Okay, I have to give this message because this was a download the other day. There are several, about 5 or 6 different marriages that are like, ugh, they're not fun. So what's happened in this one particular one that I'm being told to make people aware of, because someone may be listening, but there's a woman who, very beautiful woman who married a much older man. She had 1 child. She was looking to grow her business, etc., etc. At the time, so she did. She married this older man, but she knew that she was only marrying him for the benefits of what he could provide for her stability. She wasn't marrying him because she was genuinely in love with him, and he knows that, and she knows that. Well, that has led to some chaos because this person, whoever this was looking at the collective in some negative way, always talking, always had something, you know, I would never, you could never catch me, and this and this and this and this. This is that type of energy behind the scenes somewhere. This person was saying stuff about you, but not knowing you, right? Now they have found themselves in an extramarital affair. Their husband has found out about it, and they don't know what to do. Because they built up this whole like facade that they were so in love, and you know, girl, let me tell you, get you an older man and get you a this and get you a that. Maybe that's why there's age difference thing is coming out, you know. And I don't think anybody should be afraid of a relationship where there's an age difference. I saw, what's her name, Priyanka, and her husband. Like, it's funny, it's because her husband's the more famous one, or should be, right? But I don't know his name. But I look at her relationship with him, and it's like she's able to be more mature and stand firm sometimes in things where he's needing to balance himself out. And I think that's the dynamic of sometimes with an older dynamic, but it has to be rooted in love. That's the problem. When they're not rooted in love, when that's not the first motivating factor, it doesn't work. It never becomes what anybody wants. And that's why you hear people saying, yeah, well, you know, when I was this age and I was married and da-da-da. It's like, yeah, because you guys never healed. You never really went into it for what you wanted. It was just something you got stuck in because of what you was doing. Like, don't make it out to be like, oh, I was so excited about being a wife and, you know, catering to my husband and this and that, you know, or being, you know, a professional wife who, you know, goes out and makes the money and then comes home and takes care of it. Like, don't front. You know, healing is what enables you to block the spell work and hexes. That's the real trick. Again, this is coming out second time because maybe people don't know how you did it. They don't know how you know. So time to get your shoes laced up. Let's go. What's funny is I keep seeing people pop into the live and they pop right back out because I turned off those comments. Yeah, have fun with that one. The IRS has gotten a revenue ruling that will be freezing their assets immediately. So what I'm understanding, if there are individuals who married for money or who married for like a look, you know, to make a look, there's some stuff going on in the background. Maybe even in this situation with this woman that I'm telling you about that's got an older husband that she married, like they may be finding out about his like shortcomings with respect to business deals and stuff. Like something about his business is going down because of his wife's envy for the collective. It is what it is. Yeah, their lives have caught up with them. Yeah, he's in some trouble. Someone's going to find out that their wife was cheating, and it's like I said, justice will be served though. That woman is definitely cheating on her husband. She's definitely putting him through something tumultuous and traumatic because she didn't marry him for money. But anyway, they'll have to explain on the stand how they sat and watched, you know, guilty, 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 and that the fact that they did it for money, the initial M could be significant in this. Mind over matter, mind over matter, mind over matter. I feel like that's the energy that the collective has been in. They've been making sure that their mind is on what matters and that their mind will prevail over anything, like whatever matter energy somebody tries to send. Maybe this was revealed or made aware of to other people on Monday. Maybe because you were singing around and happy and ha-ha, hee-hee, ha-ha. Because you and your person are like heaven to each other. So exciting, so fun. Ah, the love is undeniable. I was trying to switch it up to get back to these other three people. Yeah, in January and February is when you're feeling that the most. Maybe November, December, you started to open up to that extensively. Yeah. And basically, oh wow, somebody's going to get in trouble with the FBI about some human rights issues. It's going basically the FBI, the Human Rights Campaign, and the Anti-Defamation League. Those three different organizations are working on behalf of the collective. If you do not believe that these groups exist and that they would go towards people and like condemn them, meaning like put them in jail for the stuff that they're doing, oh, sweetheart, you are sadly mistaken. Go look them up. Human Rights Campaign, Anti-Defamation League. Those are the individuals that work for the people, okay? And they're working with the FBI. The FBI has all the information. The Human Rights Campaign are the people who have determined like where it crosses the line. And the Anti-Defamation League is the league that actually holds the attorneys that will pursue the case. I don't know that for sure, but look it up. It's probably true. It's because you snatched back your happiness. You snatched back your, emotional bliss, your 10 of cups. Like, yeah, can't take away my dignity. Do you know how many people are out here? Like, let's look at Tracy, what's her name? Tracy Ellis Ross. Beautiful woman, right? Exquisite, divine looking, right? Why is she single? Anybody think about that? Taraji P. Henson, so-and-so. Like, we could go on and on and on about these very luxurious lifestyle women who, seem to not have any type of money problems. And, we don't hear about any bad relationships. And if we do, like, oh, that's, it is what it is. So somebody trying to make you feel guilty for going through what most of the world is actually enduring is stupid. Most of these people, if they turned around and sat still for a minute and looked at their own marriages, they are in a toxic cycle. That's why they're so focused outwardly on the collective. They're going to be experiencing some major money problems. The other day it said minor, and I told y'all that's switching. It didn't look. Okay? There's a Libra who's maybe involved. Maybe there's some empathy over indecision. Maybe someone was debating a god or a goddess energy. Maybe there's a Scorpio involved in that. And a past person, or maybe the Scorpio is the past person. Someone at your ex or old friend's job found a tarot card reading and knows that your ex-friend is a karmic and is telling the whole office. This hasn't come out in a long time. So basically, somewhere that you used to work, someone at your old job stumbled across a tarot card reading, and they watched it, and they know that the person that you used to be friends with at your job is the karmic that they're talking about, and they're telling the whole office, because I guess maybe these people still work together. That's wild. Wow. Okay, maybe the Freemasons are working on, what are they? Oh, so the Freemasons maybe are helping to collect information, or there's someone in the Freemasons who works with, or who is in the FBI, like behind the scenes. This person is in the FBI, and they are the ones helping to gather the additional information on people who were envious of you. So the people outside of what you even knew about. Like I was saying, like there was this woman that, married for money and constantly running her mouth. Like, listen, they're all fighting and arguing over money. I told you, everything was dependent on the plans that failed. Ain't got no money, baby. Yeah, she's a sloppy mess inside and out. Whoever that is selling that jewelry. Sell it all. Let me hold that tennis bracelet, boo. You're such dummies. FBI, Human Rights Campaign, Anti-Defamation League. Listen, that's the second time it's come out. So when stuff comes out twice like that, because this could have come out a long time ago as far as cards, right? I've been trying to empty the basket for it to come out twice in one reading. When they waged spiritual war against you, they also did so against their guides, and that is why they have no protection. Wow, they have no protection above or below. I was reading that little side stuff there. No protection above and below, because as above, so below. So when their guides and their spiritual guides and, whomever their ancestors are, when they backed up from them, because they had to, right? Because essentially when you don't do right, it keeps your guides and your ancestors, etc., also entangled in whatever they didn't complete in their life cycle, right? It's that whole purgatory energy. So yeah, all of their family members that are in purgatory, all their ancestors and stuff like that, they're in purgatory. They've left them. So it's like if they leave them up there, they definitely don't have it here. And what I'm understanding is it was 6 months to a year ago that these people's ancestors left them. So again, it takes a cycle. January, February, November, December. So November, December is when everything was completed, is what I'm understanding. And now in the months of January and February is where everybody's starting to see this play out, that they're spiritually blocked from connecting to you. No time for fake ones. Just sip some crystal with these real ones. Listen. There's no time to... How much time we got? None. No time to waste. Get it done. Today. This person doesn't love themselves enough for you to want them. Yeah, like I said. Okay, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, they're full of a bunch of lies. Lies, and more lies, right? But essentially, like, this person doesn't love themselves. So again, someone cannot say, I love you and I'm going to change. Like, let me explain something about changing for other people. That's just the falsest reality. That's the biggest illusion you ever heard. I'm just telling you right now. I'll go to my grave with that one because it's worth it. That is the biggest illusion that you ever be trapped in, is that someone telling you they love you, but they mistreated you. They don't love themselves. They couldn't love themselves, or else they would never treat anyone else like that, because they wouldn't want to impose that feeling, because they have too much desire for themselves not to have that feeling, not to be caught in that emotion, not to be strangled by someone else's lack of concern. They will not realize he's in a state of psychosis until it's too late and it has set in. Maybe that's somebody in that Freemasons group. Somebody that was involved with some spoofing, possibly. Hacking energy. They're on a rampage right now and they're so angry. Yeah, let them make a mess. I feel like this is usually my children's card, but honestly, if your relationships with your children are going anything like my relationships with my children are, they're like improving. They're like, not that there is any issue, but it's like, you know, with little girls, they start to get into this like little phase where they're sassy a bit. So I'm just trying to rein that in quite a bit, because I don't want to get her out of that. And then with my oldest son, it's just kind of like, okay, we got to kind of put away with the like goofing around all the time, because he's got to be a bit more responsible. So I'm watching him grow into that, like not being told to empty the dishwasher kind of thing. So it's not huge. You know what I mean? Like, things with people's children are not, you know, huge, but they do come up in the messages. But this is about somebody else. Let them make a mess and don't stress. I feel like that's what that's what the collective has been doing with all these energies. Like, okay, let them make a mess of their lives. They ain't gonna stress me out about it. They can do whatever they want. We were here to help, but we no longer care. See, that's maybe what their disconnect is they didn't realize, like, they thought that you were in it because you wanted them so bad. It was like, no, I wanted you to be well so very deeply that I'm willing to deal with you during this phase, during this time, and help you to grow and heal and evolve. However, if you want to continue to make a mess, no problemo. No problemo. I will go be with my other, you know, you can't go. It's just pretty much it. Like, you didn't get your shoes on. You can't hop in the car and take the drive over to the movies. Okay, buddy? You stay home. So what if we never come back? It's just that energy, right? There's a lot of chaos all around them. They're fighting one another a lot. That's not good. And the UN is basically focused on like you and your spirit tribe, because they need they need you guys to unite in order to build the UN. Shit. Everything is right on time. Like I said, I ain't stupid. Entrapment and attachment spells have all been reversed. Yeah, you ain't gonna stress me out trying to catch me coming back in when I wake up in the morning. Oh, that's the other thing too. The sleep was so peaceful. Oh, I could have probably slept until just now. It was so good and quiet. Anyway, they're stressed. They hate that I'll be like, oh, we slept so good. Oh, they stressed out because they know it's true. They know it's beyond over. Like, it's not done. It's not over. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, what? It's almost like they're bringing up stuff that has no place, because they're bringing up stuff that has no place. These plans have never worked out. Why on earth? I don't know. Maybe they're going to see. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, they're going to get some type of notification. Somebody's going to get some type of notification in the next 7 days. And that's when all of those realizations are going to really start to take place. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love. A male friend or relative of the same age. Interesting. Your person and your soul tribe really miss you. Like, they can't wait for the reuniting, you know, because they know the energy. They've been expecting it. It's almost like a little piece to a puzzle to finish, you know, finish doing what, because people of this magnitude, of this spiritual level, of this vibration, realize that there are missing pieces and parts, which is, again, why I say maybe in the celebrity world, they were like, okay, we can't discriminate against so-and-so because they're from the ghetto. We got to still pull them up in here. And then they get them in there and they realize, that wasn't the one. Okay, push it to the side, push it to the side. You know, they try to muffle it, but it's already got, you know, a space. You already put it on the pedestal. And so that's what the soul tribes are doing now. They're like, okay, we've got to unite ourselves and this person together collectively and continue to send their energy, like to send them the energy of connection, of community, of, you know, all those things. The initials A, F, K, P. Someone will be put in their place. That's so funny because as I was reading that, I was thinking ASAP Rocky and how he, and then that came out at the beginning and how he was acquitted, right? Time always gets people where they belong. Somebody's hair is falling out in the front. I told y'all that was going to be happening. The case will be open and shut, but all the evidence will be reviewed and considered for sentencing. No less than 12 years minimum for each person. There's maybe a male relative or friend of the same age, like that's going to be enduring that. Yeah. Maybe they know about somebody else's hair falling out even. And maybe they're talking about that too. Maybe it's coming up in argument. That's why your hair falling out in the front. It's so funny. Forehead. Like, they are. These arguments are so petty. But what do you expect? Your children are protected. I got a heavy energy about that too. Like, maybe people didn't realize, or maybe like people that would go after other people's children are trying to cause issues for people and their children. They are miserable cunts. I said it. Even if this maybe it's a Virgo involved, I don't know. But whoever the hell it is, miserable cunts. If the whole page gets closed down, I'll open a new one and say cunt again, because that's what they are. Your protection is and always would be available to you once you healed. This is the kiss of life. Tricky. There's a couple that is involved in this. Like, I was getting an energy of like people trying to make false claims to CPS, right? And for me personally, CPS ain't never coming to my house. They ain't never finna talk to me about nothing. You know why? Because there's nothing to call them about. Like, they would probably look at you like you was stupid. Number one, because I worked for them. So they know my character. They sat aside beside me, watching me handle the same cases that they were handling. And if I had no emotion, then that would tell them that I was a bad person. But the fact that I did respond accordingly, because what we were doing was of sensitive nature, involving children who were abused. So they know that. People will look right at them and go, they just trying to cause issues, because I know this person isn't like that. Listen now, listen here, and listen good, mofo. This community will go down in history as the place that no one wants to go. They don't want to be there now, let alone when people want to go there. And I feel like that's the community's issue, is that they were having so much trouble with bringing commerce and, you know, tourism and things like that. And it is what it is. Anyway, mommy and daddy have awakened now, and nothing can stop their union. How does this card keep getting an hour? Like, there are 18 of this one? One for every year of the baby's life. Like, as a child. It's so weird, because I don't think I made that many, but somehow the card just keeps. And again, I am not putting any of these cards back. I politely rubber band them and stack them up until I'm going to unrubber band them and put them back. And I have like every initial of the alphabet, including Z, the same amount of times, and so on and so forth. Like the same amount of the months, the same amount of the days, and, you know, on so on and so forth. But yeah, I guess this is just, you know, just helping to keep the collective encouraged, okay? I don't know why it's needed, but, you know, I'm here to provide it, because me personally, like, be encouraged. Be encouraged that you woke up. Be encouraged that you're in control of you. Be encouraged that you have full say-so. Nobody can stop anything that you desire to do. You know why? Because you desire to do it. The end. Especially because it's not encroaching on anybody else's free will. That's why you're more entitled to it than anything, because it's yours. All you have to do is want it, and it wants you back. It's that simple. I hope this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form. I will catch you next time. Later.